Hello everyone, Retchmatcher back with another episode of Raw Results for April 17th, 2017. If you do like, please leave one and subscribe. And also, let me know how the audio sounds. I'm using my new Blue Snowball microphone, and I'd really like to hear your opinions on if you like it, if you don't. And yeah, but with that said, we will get into this week's episode of Raw. And we start out the show with a huge roar, and that roar being Braun Strowman's entrance music. Braun Strowman comes out and brags and cuts a really good promo about how he's proud Roman's in the hospital, how he's proud about Roman's injuries, and yeah, and just like blah blah blah, I need more competition, same shtick that he's been doing before. Then out comes Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle comes out. He's like, "Oh, you want more competition, do you? Well, you don't get it. You get a night off." But before that, he's like, "Oh, well, since Roman asked me this, I don't know why he wants to, but you are going to have a match with him at Payback." So they're going to drag on that feud. Roman's probably gonna go over, sadly, and yeah. Then Braun says it'll be Roman's funeral, and yeah, then Angle asks Braun, since he didn't give him more competition, what will he do? And then Braun just says, "or else," and leaves. So, I mean, I like that part in which he just left because he just said "or else," and that's an appropriate time to like just walk off. But if you have him like walk off when he's standing toe to toe with like either a giant or another competitor, excuse voice cracks, but if he's standing toe to toe with like another competitor, he should not walk to the back. He should beat him up, simply. But yeah, then after that, we get pump ups from the commentary for the number one contenders match for the woman title, with Sasha, Alexa, Mickey, and Nia Jax happening later in the night, and also Miz TV featuring Dean Ambrose, and then next, after we came back from commercial break, I believe so, we had Chris Jericho take on Samoa Joe. Then then Seth Rollins came out and joined him at the commentary desk. And yeah, then after we come back, then we have the first match of the night, which was Chris Jericho taking on Samoa Joe. Really good match. It was just to get Joe over, as more dominant. I mean, we all know he's dominant, but just to get him over as, like, more dominant. But, Samoa Joe wins by submission hold, and that is a coquina clutch, and yeah. Then, after the match, Joe calls Seth out and asks the crowd to behold him. He asks Rollins if he remembers what it sounded like when he arrived here, because he remembers it very well, and blah blah blah. And then, yeah. And then they just go back and forth. And Seth gets on the table and the mic and says, "Of course it's personal. He nearly ended my career," or ended his career. Then, after that, we go in the back. Well, I mean, yeah. But, yeah, just Seth and Joe just bantering back and forth, just prepping their match at Payback. And, hold on. I guess I said payback's a bitch, and yeah. Then after that, we had the club walking backstage, throwing up two sweets when they walk past the Drifter, Elias Sampson. So it just seems like the Drifter is just going to be a backstage role until they debut him. Don't know when they're going to debut him. Maybe against Chris Jericho for the first match. That'd be really good. I'd really like to see that. And especially with the interaction they had later in the night, I just enjoyed their chemistry, even though the Drifter didn't even talk. But then, after that, we see Braun take out the Golden Truth, R-Truth, and Goldust Cross, and he just takes him out and throws him everywhere, throws him through a cage wall, across a concrete floor. Then he said, "Or else." I exactly said, "Or else." And yeah, then Fit Finley and Jamie Noble just come. He's like, "Hey man, cut it off. Or cut it off. Cut it out." Then after that, we come back from commercial, and we get a quick recap of the attack we literally just saw, and don't see a reason in getting a recap of an attack we literally just saw, but whatever. And then also, to open up the night, it was just a recap of what Braun did to Roman. No one really cared. They cut out all the audio, so no one would be caught cheering, "Thank you, Strowman." Then, after that, Braun's in the locker room when referee John Cone rolls up to remind him that Kurt Angle made it clear he has a night off. Strowman says he'll leave when he wants to, unless Cone has a problem with that, and the Donut King backs off. What the fuck? The Donut King? Okay. Then, after that, we have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are in the ring. And Carl says Braun gives Golden Truth the United Airlines treatment. So they're just taking shots at that. And they're the ones on standby. They came to the US for two reasons: to be mean and make green. So Gallows wants Kurt Angle to send some nerds out of the locker room such that they can... What the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense. And then enter Enzo and Cass. And that leads to Enzo and Cass taking on the Club. And it was a really good match. Really enjoyed this match. The winners of the match were the Club, thanks to Carl Anderson throwing Enzo really hard into the top of the turnbuckle. And I think he injured his knee, but yeah, the Club won by pinfall. Then after that, commentary puts Mickie James over ahead of her contendership match, and then they say, but first, Miz TB is after the break. Then we come back from the commercial, and Miz makes his entrance, flanked by Maurice, as always. And then Miz is like, "Oh, well, does a standard intro spiel, and people start to boo, la la la." And then Dean Ambrose enters, and he thanks Miz for having him and says he's been looking forward to it all week. Miz says he's jumped the gun and spoiled their thing last week, and Ambrose apologizes. He got a little excited. They're in neutral territory, and they're both Ohio boys. It's like, okay, that doesn't matter. Dean's still gonna kick your ass. And then after that, Dean tells Maurice not to worry about it because she's Canadian, and Miz asks if he thinks this is a joke. Ambrose calls Miz maroon suit a joke and cracks a line about his shoes blinding him, and blah blah blah. Then the fight proceeds, and yeah. Then, after that, Miz stands tall in the ring, and yeah. Then, after that, we go backstage and see Braun dragging Kalisto, because he's not leaving empty-handed. He kicks Kalisto and says Roman Reigns is garbage, and now he throws Kalisto away, which I thought was pretty funny because Kalisto, I mean, yeah, he's bum of the card, but I don't know. I just don't feel he provides anything. But whatever. But yeah. Then after that, Big Show rams him into the fucking pull down wall or whatever, the aluminum wall. I think that's what the metal wall or whatever. He's like, pick on someone your own size. So basically, just be a star. It's like, I wonder why you're saying that so much this week. I don't know. Maybe because JBL was accused of being a bully or is a bully tomorrow. But yeah, then we come back from commercial and we get a recap of what we just saw of Raw and Braun taking on or dragging Kalisto, and yeah. Then after that, we had T.J. Perkins and Jack Gallagher make their entrances for a match, and then Neville was announced as making a special appearance and hits the ring, comes in, sets out a chair to sit and watch ringside, and Austin Aries follows and sits by Neville on the outside. Then the match begins, and it was a really good match. I think they should rebrand TJP since he's heel now. This is the first first time I really examine his heel actions, and I feel they should rebrand him just a little bit, give him new music, new graphics, and he can keep the dabbing shit, but I mean, if you're gonna turn heel, you gotta really change. I mean, just like what Neville did, he completely changed his whole gimmick. Yeah, his music is the same, but just in a lower tone, but I mean, at least he changed. He's not all face, he's heel, and blah blah. And he changed his moveset too. But after the good match, TJP wins by a detonation kick. But before the match ended, there was some happenings on the outside of the ring with Neville and Aries. And yeah, so they're just carrying that feud on. And tomorrow on 205 Live, I was watching and I thought I heard a number one contendership match. And I'm like, Austin Aries is going to win that. But Austin Aries is going to face TJP tomorrow. And they didn't say that it was a number one contenders match. So, yeah. Then after that, we get hype for the women's number one contendership match between Mickie James, Sasha, Alexa, and Nia. But before that, before that is Cesaro taking on Jeff Hardy. Couldn't wait to see that match. It was a really good match to not close the night, but it was just a... Then after that, we get Titus O'Neil rolling up, and he congratulates Cruz on becoming a father before asking him what he's gonna do to make an impact. Cruz says he's gonna keep kicking doors until he knocks one down, and by that he means stay at the bottom of the card. Then Titus tries to sell him on skyrocketing his career with Titus brand, and yeah. Then he suggests branding a Cruz and blah blah blah. Don't really care. And after that, we get the Hardy Boys showing up in the backstage interview, and just plain old interview with the Hardys, and then Cesaro shows up and says, listen, we don't want to cause any trouble, but it's just going to feel so great to defeat one of the most legendary tag teams in WWE. And then Cesaro shot him off. He's like, excuse my partner. He likes to ruin meetings sometimes, but we cannot wait to see what you got in the ring. And then that led to their match later in the night. Then after that, we get commentary, talks about Sasha Banks and blah blah blah. Then the match, and then the announcement that the match will be after the break. Then we come back from commercial, and then we get the number one contendership match for the Raw Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Nia Jax. Really good match. Didn't know what direction they were going to go with this. I thought they were going to have Mickie James win it, or Sasha Banks, or maybe Nia, but no, they surprised us all and had Alexa Bliss win it. It's not really a surprise that they chose her, but, I mean, it's just kind of a surprise that they're going that way with her so quickly. To me, in my opinion. Then, okay. Then after that, we get a Big Show interview about attacking Braun. And he says Strowman needs to find out how it feels to be intimidated. He's 7 feet tall, in the best shape of his life, and Braun's about to get a lesson, giant style. So, yeah. Then after that, commentary tosses to a hype video for the WWE Network, and we go to the break. Then after that, come back from commercial and get a squash match with Finn Balor and Kurt Hawkins. Finn Balor won, of course, because Kurt Hawkins, why would he win? And, yeah. Then, after that, the main event this week is going to be... Oh, wait. Never mind. Yeah, but just a quick little squash match with Finn Balor and Kurt Hawkins. Then, after that, we get Bray Wyatt's sermon to the snake announcement, and that's gonna happen, wait. Oh, yeah, we just, get the announcement, the announcement that it's next. Excuse the stutters. Then we do a promotion for a movie, blah, blah, blah. Then we come back from commercial, and we get Chris Jericho being interviewed backstage. He says he lost to Samoa Joe, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. Joe's one of the best. He's placed in the WWE ring, but he's sidetracked. He can't stop thinking about his rematch against KO at Payback. And he just, went on with an interview, and yeah, he had this really funny segment where he kept calling Tom Mike. He's like, Mike, Tom, what's your name? Mike, and then he switched it all over. And then the Drifter was in the background playing his guitar, just strolling through, or drifting through. So it looks like that's going to be Jericho's next, well, I don't know next, but maybe just feud he'll have in the future, which I'd like to see, because I really like Drifter, and I really like Jericho. And, yeah. But, the Drifter made the list, and the segment ends. Then after that, we get Wyatt Noise, and Bray has a question. He asked, "What are you afraid of, man? Of the dark? The unknown? The monster underneath your bed? Fear," he says, "is what brings us all together. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna win that title back at Payback. So, Randy, you listen right here. You need to give people a fucking chance sometimes. But whatever. I'll just go back to my cabin in the woods. Baby Harper, come back." And, yeah. So, I'm interested to see what they'll do with the House of Horrors match, but also kind of worried, because on one side I'm like, oh, it might be Final Deletion. Other, I'm like, might be complete trash like the Ambrose Asylum match. But who knows? Then, after that, commentary hype up the Cesaro and Hardy match. And, yeah, then we come back from commercial, and Alicia Fox is recounting her powder in the face adventure, and I don't give a shit. Really, Dana Brooke is one of the worst actresses ever, by the way, because, oh my god, she sounds like so fucking generic. I forgot what she said. Not surprised, but she's like, oh no. I'm like, are you serious? That's how you act? Are you serious? But, whatever. Then, didn't really care about that segment. Then after that, we get Cesaro taking on Jeff Hardy. Oh my god, this match was really good. Really enjoyed it. Every second of it. Really just enjoyed every risk. Every jump, every spot, just everything. I thought Jeff broke his nose over the weekend because I saw a video of him just face planting on the floor, and I saw like a title of like, oh, Jeff fell and broke his nose. But I guess he didn't. That's good, because you don't have the Hardys. That's bad, but whatever. But yeah, a really good match. One thing I do want to note in this match, they finally mentioned Umaga's death. And Umaga died years ago, which is really, like, I mean, it's not really weird because I know the type of company WWE is. You know, they're the type to not mention the death of people they don't like. But I just found it weird. It was like, oh yeah, did you guys know that Umaga died? And like a casual fan who doesn't know that, it's like, are you fucking serious? I didn't know that. But yeah. But the winner of this match was Jeff Hardy. And yeah, just can't wait to see that match at Payback. Which is in like 2 weeks or something. Then after that, we get Big Show walking back. Walk backstage, and we go to break. And after that, come back from commercial. We're informed that Austin Aries will face TJP on the 205 episode tomorrow. Yeah, that made sense. Then after that, we go into the main event, and it was a really good match. Strowman and Show, from what I can tell, they can never put on a bad match from all their matches that they've had, and I think they only have had 2. It's just been really good, really fantastic, and this one I like the most because it had a ring shatter segment, or spot. Yeah, but just really good. Enjoyed all the spots. At one point I thought Show, he's like, oh, well, I'm athletic enough. I thought he was gonna fucking suicide dive outside the ring. But no, he just did a running drop kick. I'm like, thank God. And then we got another kip up in this match from Strowman. Just really good match. And yeah, so yeah, I mean, it does, it does stuff for each side. It shows Show being, care-worthy or whatever, and it shows Strowman's dominance. But man, I just want Strowman to get hold of that Universal Championship really soon, like after Brock has it, which, I mean, he's gonna have it for a full year and only defend it like, I don't know, 4 times or something, which pisses me off, because you have like a show like SmackDown, and you have Randy Orton as champion. He's always there. Better example is AJ Styles. He's always there. But what I'm trying to say is, the champion on SmackDown, he will always be there, no matter what. Raw's champion, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go away for 4 months. Don't mind? Okay, Vince. Good. Don't mind. I'll just be off TV for 4 months. And trust me, I like Lesnar when he first came back and fought John Cena. I'm like, finally, someone to prove, or someone to just beat Cena. But I mean, Cena got the win out of that feud really at the end of it. But at the end of it, But, I just enjoyed him when he first came back. But now he's just repetitious bullshit that I fucking hate. I just hate every time he's in a high profile match, and he'll always be in a high profile match with anybody, sadly. But yeah, that's the reason I like SmackDown better. But yeah, no winner in the main event either because a ring collapse. But I mean, spiritual winner was Strowman because he was standing tall at the end of the night. And yeah, so sadly though, he will lose to Roman. And yeah, you should just send Strowman on just a path of dominance and have him come out beating Brock, because I bet they're gonna fight each other at some point during Brock's title reign, and just have him absolutely destroy Brock Lesnar, because Strowman is mega money in my opinion. And I mean, just Brock taking on Strowman, that's even more money. Lesnar's a lazy piece of shit. Strowman's a hard-ass worker. Give him the chance to win the Universal title. And, yeah. But that's going to be it for another episode of Raw Results for April 17th, 2017. Really good episode this week. Kept me entertained. Kind of drifting in and out, but not as much as before the brand split. Can't wait to see what they do on SmackDown tomorrow. Want to see AJ Styles take on whoever, and I cannot wait to see Kevin Owens take on AJ Styles for the U.S. Championship. Hopefully they'll let AJ win it in his first match, or in his first U.S. title match. Maybe, maybe not, but who knows. We'll know Wednesday though. We'll know tomorrow. Yeah. But, yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for another episode. If you guys did enjoy and want to see more, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new. Also, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. And, also, let me know how the audio sounds with the blue snowball microphone. I, really like this microphone. Thought it'd be a worthy investment to the channel. And just pay attention to future episodes of this, because I'm thinking about adding a face cam into it. I was thinking about doing it now, but I didn't. I'll probably do it tomorrow or something. But yeah, but just do all those things, guys, as I said before this. And as always, have a nice day. I'll see y'all in the next one.